Bed. And right now, we know 2 children and 2 adults were killed. ABC 15's Brian McElhatton live on the scene there, and we get to Brian. Brian, any idea on what might have sparked the flames out there yet? Do we know? I know investigators are still out there.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kirk. It's too early to say what sparked this blaze. That is going to be the goal of the investigation once the sun comes up, once it's safe for firefighters to enter this horribly damaged property. Then they'll be able to try to determine what happened. I want to give you a closer look now at what it looks like. There's a chain link fence around what remains of a manufactured home that caught fire around 9:30 last night. When firefighters arrived, they say the home was fully engulfed, impossible to save, so they had to focus their efforts on protecting neighboring homes. Once the flames were out and firefighters were able to step in, they found the bodies of 4 people, 2 stepbrothers, 38 years old and 32 years old, and then 2 children, an 11-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. All of them perished in those flames, and what makes this even more tragic, firefighters say at least 2 of the victims' bodies were found near the front door of that home as if they were trying to escape but simply could not make it through the smoke and through the flames. I spoke with the deputy fire chief here just a few minutes ago, who gives us an idea of what it's like to respond to a scene like this, especially when children are the victims. Take a listen.
Oh, it's always hard to come to fires like this. You know, all of our firefighters have families that are waiting for them to come home from work, and they all have children, and so they take it personally, and it's difficult, but you have to work through it. It's part of our job.
That's something you'll hear from firefighters whenever they come to a scene like this. They just hate seeing anyone injured, anyone killed, but especially children, because so many of the firefighters have young children and identify with the situation as parents as well as firefighters. So again, Kirk, today, as soon as the sun comes up, you'll see police and fire investigators walking through the debris, trying to figure out what sparked this blaze as soon as the sun comes up and it becomes safe for them to do that. And we'll pass it along to you as soon as we find out the cause of this thing, Kirk.
Heartbreaking to hear the details on this, Brian. Have you heard much from neighbors this morning about the people who lived in that home?
I haven't. It's too early. We really haven't seen many neighbors coming out of their homes yet. I do plan to talk with them as soon as they begin, as soon as the lights start coming on. We've seen a few people driving past, and they look shocked. And I can tell you, even the police officers and the firefighters who are just kind of guarding the scene, they have a very difficult time talking about this, Kirk.
Well, it hits home. I mean, you hope to get everybody else safe, and then you've got 4 people, kids involved. Gosh, just heartbreaking. Brian McElhatton live for us in Apache Junction this morning. Thank you, Brian.